good morning, crazy crafters, and welcome back to Creative Therapy. I do apologize that I've been missing in action, but unfortunately, I am involved with some retail stuff this holiday season, and you know how that is in this country. Commercial, commercial, commercial. Get every damn penny we can. Anyway, not that I'm bitter after working 6 days in a row for 62 hours. Yeah, whatever. But here I am. Thank goodness I'm finally back. And I would like to get this cute little folio finished up. At least maybe we'll have it in time for spring with all of its pretty spring colors, right? So anyway, I was just going to make a couple of tags. And I have cut 2 pieces of my cardstock at 2.5 by 6 1/4. Sorry, don't mean to be grumpy, but I absolutely, positively detest the holiday season in this country. It's amazingly beautiful in Germany, and I'm sure other parts of Europe, but this country, I'm just about done with it. So, okay, but stop. I just wanted to apologize for my attitude, not like make it worse, dwell on it some more. There we go. All right, I will suck it up and move on. All right, so I decided, you just probably saw me round these corners in 1/4 inch, and I should go turn down my TV, but let's do this first, and then I'll make sure to do that. And I decided, because of this fancy little edging, that I wanted to just go ahead and do a little, do I want a deco or a step? I want a little deco corner. I wish I had the scallop. That scallop chomper has been discontinued, I guess, and I didn't get it in time, so we're gonna do a deco corner on this. I just wanted something fancier than a plain old 90-degree, and I wanted a little more than a just a rounded, and I thought that that would look pretty on the rounded, and I'm glad I did it, because you know what, I do love it. I cut these out of the paper. Let's see what the name of this one is. Out of Sweet Moments Delish. Alright. So I think I'm just going to ink these and glue them on, and then we can, you know, like punch a hole in the top and put a little eyelet and put a ribbon and maybe add some, what's that glittery stuff called? I can never remember the name of it. The pretty, oh my goodness. It's got a funny little name to it. You know what I'm talking about though, right? We all use it. It's just that, you know, my brain is fried from the last 6 days and I can't remember much. So, not sparkles, but... Okay, you're all yelling at me. A little bit louder, please, because I'm not quite hearing it. But anyway, we'll fancy it up a little with some pretty sparkly stuff. But right now, I'm just going to edge it and glue it, and I'll be right back. Alright, so I have the 2 little tags, just the basics of them put together. You know, they've been cut, they've been edged, they've been glued. We'll decorate and put the, you know, little embellishments on later, but those are done and out of the way. So now what I'd like to do, I decided that I want them to go in here. Alright, one on each side. Excuse my mess in the middle. That was my next step there. So anyway, I want to put just, you know, just a little corner here. But I was trying to find something to put, you know, a piece of paper to put on it. I was looking at my scraps and I thought, oh, wait, let's see if we don't have a sticker. And we don't have any long skinny stickers like sometimes we get. But these ought to be just about the right length. And I won't use them for anything else, I'm sure. So I'm thinking if I cut one of these in half, I can use, you know, one on each of these little corner pieces that I'm going to cut. So let's take, I think I like the brown, maybe that foo-foo pink. Since it's so tiny, you won't really see how, you know, old lady wallpaper it is. So let's go ahead and cut that in half, if I can get it out here. I should have done this off camera, sorry. Sorry. Okay, so let's take this one. Oh, it's a banner. What do I think about that? Well, I'm cutting it. That'll just give me a guideline to cut it on. I can cut it from center to center. There we go. And then I can use those angles to cut my cardstock. That should work very nicely. I was accidentally brilliant there, y'all. Didn't even realize they were little banners, so that's going to actually help us quite a bit. Oh, pooh, I forgot to ink it. Jeez, I'm a mess. I should not work so many days in a row, so many hours for so little pay. I mean, gee, it's not like I have to go back tomorrow, which I have to go back tomorrow, of course. But I get a day off. I get a day off to complain, I guess. I'm so sorry. I'll try and straighten up here. All right. Just a little tired, and I can't eat when I'm at work. So 6 days without a meal is kind of rough on a gal. I mean, I nibbled. I've eaten crackers. I'm sick to death of tea and crackers. But I'm going to fry up some chicken tonight. Or this afternoon, probably. Hold on, that was crooked. All right, so there we go. Since I just kind of followed those angles, that one's just a little off there. That's better. Well, it's crooked. There. That, finally. All right, and then we'll do this one. And this one. Oops. I crooked again. All right. So now, looky there. It's almost like we planned it. Ta-da! Those are going to go there. And see, you can't see that wallpaper because it's so tiny. And now all we have to do is glue. Well, if I could hold on to this. I'm sorry, am I even in the frame here? Oh, and I had the prettiest male cardinal out in my tree this morning, so I was taking pictures. So I wonder if I'm zoomed out all the way. Hold on, let me see here. Trying to play. We want the other way. Alright, I was zoomed out all the way. I wish I could zoom out a little. Alright, I should say wide angle, shouldn't I? Because zoom isn't correct. Pretty sure y'all know what I meant. I need a little more wide angle there. Alright, so there's that one. And then, see, and that brown's in there, which ties together the brown. And then that will just go right in there. I should probably wait until it's dry to do that. I'll mess it up. And then we just do the same thing on the other side. And then we have our continuity. That's what I'm going to call that. Then we've got lots to do yet on the inside, but, you know, rest assured I have a couple of ideas here. I probably had more ideas, but it's been so long since I've worked on it. And I've, you know, been in such a totally different headspace that who knows. Ooh, that one's got a lot of the pinky on it, but that's okay. That's okay. Nobody will notice. Nobody will notice. Because we got the, you know, the sweet shop stuff. There. I know it's so pink, y'all. But it's cute. It's still cute. And many, many, many of you out there love pink. So, you know, it's a great collection. And I've had a lot of compliments on it already. Thank you all so very much for your support. I do appreciate it. And, you know, I do need encouragement when I don't know what I'm doing. Alright, so my next idea was I really loved this sheet of vellum. And I went ahead and I cut the little separate squares apart. And what I want to do is I want to use them for pockets. And I wanted to do 4 pockets. Let me get these out of the way for now. Alright. I wanted to do a top and a bottom pocket here. But I can't find 4 that go together. See, I like these with the... Now that one, no way. There's no way I'm using that. And there's no way I'm using a foo-foo little heart. So, These are actually my 3 favorites, and then I like this one, but I can hardly use these together with this one being the only one that's just down the side or the bottom. So maybe, see, and I don't care for these as much, and I don't care for that one. And the only other one that just has a band on one side is that Foo dumb little heart. And I just don't do hearts. They're just a little too sicklingly sweet for me. So I guess I'm just going to have to change the plan because I can't find 4 that go together. You know, because I've got these 3 and then none of these really, you know, I like that one, but it doesn't have a border all the way around, so I think it looks odd. So maybe, well, maybe I could do 2 with the border and 2 without, but then this one has color and this one's sheer. I just can't find 4 together that I like. So I guess I'm only going to do the 2. And we'll do, or should we go ahead? I wanted the pocket up top because I wanted kind of short fat tags in there. And I wanted the one at the top to have the tag kind of sticking out at the top so that it showed here. Alright, because if you put it this way, the right side is here. So it goes face down and then this way, and so the right side would be sticking out here. See what I mean? The decorated, prettier side of your tag. It's not going to show a whole lot though, so I guess it doesn't really matter. There's not going to be much to show by the time it gets up there. So maybe we should just go ahead and put these at the bottom. I'll pick 2, and then we'll put tags that are taller. And then, I guess, that'll work. That's what we're going to do. Alright, so now I have to take 2 out, you know, take, which one do I not want? I like that one the best. Out of those 2, probably that one. We'll do that. Alright, so what we're going to do is I'm going to trim these just a teeny bit, and I mean just a sliver. And let me decide where I want. You know, we could use them as belly bands too. Let's put them in the center and use them as belly bands. And then whatever pictures on our tag would show through the center. Let's do it that way. Alright, and like I said, I'm just going to take a sliver off of these edges. And then, yeah, let's just do them in the center. I like that. I like that idea. And to adhere them, I'm thinking double-sided tape will slip in behind this rose. I don't want to trim them too much. Alright, I'll be back. Alright, so I cut our tags 3.5 by 6 for the pockets. Alright, so 6, 3.5. Alright, and then I want to mat the tags with, I only want a really small border all the way around. I would have just used the pattern paper, but the design on the back isn't, yeah, that's not going to work. So I cut these 3 3/8 by 5 7/8. And since we did it on the other tags, I'm going to go ahead and do it on these that we use. I'm using the deco. Oh, you know what I should have done? I should have combined the deco and the stub. It's a really cute look. Let's just go ahead and do that for this one. Yeah, that's what I meant to do for the tags on the front, but I forgot. Alright, so I'm just doing both the deco and the stub. Doesn't really matter which order you do them in, just, you know, double click all your corners. And of course, if you have different corner punches or chompers or whatever, use whatever you would like. If you have that scallop, that's what I'd use, but I didn't have it. So, and then we're going to complement that with having our the mat at 1/4 inch round, and we will be done. Isn't that so easy? I mean, just boom, 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 and it makes such a difference in a plain old square tag, I think. That's just my personal 2 cents there, and it may only be worth half a penny. Ha ha ha. All right, I'm gonna ink and glue because that's what I do. Oh, and I just wanted to show you, excuse me, get that out of the way. I did trim these just a smidge, and I used 1/8 of an inch score tape on the edges. I don't know where the other one is right now. It's around It's around here somewhere. But anyway, I'll find it. It might have fluttered to the floor. And, now that's bugging me. It's here. I promise it's here. I saw it just a minute ago. But we're going to attach those. Oh, that's where it was. I left it on the inside there. Alright, so here's what I'm going to do. And I went with this kind of beigey. I wanted something that didn't fight so you could see, you know, through the vellum. Anything too patterny or whatever I didn't think looked as good, so I wanted something kind of dull in the background, so I went with this kind of blah beigey color so that you see our pattern. And then you'll be able to see whatever's in the photo there. So you'll get that in there. It'll be adorable. It'll just be adorable. So we're going to put these here. Alright, so about, I don't know how tall I want it because I haven't decided. I'm going to put some sort of little stop down there. But until I figure what's there, I don't want to place these yet. So let me just finish up my tags. I do get ahead of myself, and then I get behind myself, and then sometimes they catch up with me, and it's a crazy, crazy ride. All right, I'll be back again. Oh no, low battery. I gotta charge. All right, here's my next little inspiration. I decided I had, it was in this cut apart sheet, I believe, the back-to-backs. And I just fussy cut around this one. It was like a little 4x6 card. And then I cut my cardstock 4x8, scored it in the middle. And I'm sorry, 6x8. Not 4, 6. 6x8, score it at 4. And I just glued that on there. And now what I'd like to do, I'm going to glue that here, and I'll show y'all why I chose that particular image. And you may notice I'm not going to glue the top here because I'm going to make a pocket, because for some reason I just want a bunch of little tags in this folio. Alright, so I want this about here, but I'm wanting the center of this to be right in the center because it's going to show through my front cover. So I just wanted to see where center was, and I was thinking about right there. Now before I push it all the way down, I want to close that, make sure everything is centered from the front. That's where I want it, right there. Alright, so now I'm gonna burnish, 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 burnish more. Oh, and you know what? Maybe I should have put a magnet there. But I think we're going to be okay with that holding everything down for us, so we'll be fine. So we can put a tag in here now. You know, we'll have one sticking in here, or two. I think maybe 2 or 3 even will be real cute. I liked how this arch rounded off this V. See what I mean? See how that softened that right up? I think that's so cute, and it almost gives us an Art Deco feel to it. So I like it, that's what. It's getting cuter. Oh, and I've hit that and pushed up the edge. So here's what I'm going to do. I'm just going to glue that down. All right. No real harm done there. So, you know, don't sweat the petty stuff and don't pet the sweaty stuff. Right? Right. All right. Just push that right down, wipe away the excess glue, and it'll be fine until the next, 3 times I bump it on something. Okay. How cute! Oh, I like that so much better. I really do. I didn't like, the V was a little harsh. Alright. Alright. And then, yeah. So now we have a little place here to put, 2 more pictures. Probably a little sentiment or something. A little sticker will get stuck there. I'm going to make sure that gets adhered down really, really well. All right, and then on the inside, I'm thinking I just want to put another one of these little corner things because there's so many cute, cute, cute little cut-aparts, and then I have all of these goobers too, and these are really cool. So I want little places to stick them throughout the album, the folio, the whatever it is. I'm sorry, got to move that out of the way. You have one day off. You got to try and take care of everything on the same day, and it's a little difficult. I wanted to get this done today. In all honesty, I have another day off on Saturday, so I probably end up finishing it up there. So sorry, so sorry, so sorry. I know you've been waiting so very long, and I'm so sorry to keep dragging it out, dragging it out, dragging it out for you. Again, it's not really my choice to be working the hours that I've been working, but I seriously need the money, and they're mandatory, so it's that or lose my job. And like I said, that's the retail business in this country. They don't really care about, you know, your health, your well-being, your family, anything like that. They just want you to sell their stuff for them so they can make some more money. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to go, I'm working at a call center, and I'm going to go take those calls, and I'm going to go sell that stuff, and I'm going to try not to die in the process. And there you go. So we're going to put, I think we're just going to put like a couple of photo mats with a cute little sentiment on this one. Not real sure yet. Maybe I'll do another corner thing here with a place for a photo, and then, you know, a big photo and a tuck spot for a journaling card. Here, not sure. Not sure what I want to do there yet. But it's not going to be real elaborate. I think we're going to end up with plenty of spaces. And in here, we might do kind of a reverse matting. And instead of having like a black mat on a floral or a pattern background, we're going to go the other way, and we're going to have like a floral mat or something here. We still need a tag for here. We need several tags in here, I think. All right, that edge is not glued down well. I'm going to pull it up so I can stick it down. Doesn't that make sense? And I'm going to leave it alone until it's dried better. I wonder if I should use score tape instead. What do you think? You think score tape would hold those corners back? Or hold those corners better? I may just do that. I may sneak a little bit of score tape under there just to make sure we don't have lift once we start putting tags in and out of there. Let's see. I'm looking for my score tape. All right. And let's just pull right back up what I just stuck down and sneak some tape under there. Oh yeah, and tear the paper in the process. By all means, Sonny, tear it up. And make sure you do that on camera so you lose all sorts of credibility with your people. Alright. There we go. There's that. And there's that. Burnish, 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 burnish. Alright, did I lose all credibility yet? I sure hope not. I just love that y'all are nice enough to join me. Pop in with me once in a while and say hi. Love it when you leave comments. Thank y'all so much that have left comments on my video. You don't know how that makes my day. Just makes my day. Especially when, you know, sometimes it's a little bit of a struggle, you know. You have limited time, but you feel like you need to get back out there and do something, and then when somebody says something nice, you know, says thank you, or I enjoyed this, or you're funny, or y'all seem to like to laugh at my silly old ass, and that's fine with me, because this world needs more and more laughter and less sadness and sorrow and, you know, blasting people with water in the face at below freezing temperature because they're trying to protect the land and the water. I mean, we need less of that crap and more laughing at goofy old ladies on YouTube trying to make silly little silly little folios to put pictures in. But you know, I have kind of a bad attitude here lately. I'm trying to get over it about some of the situations in the world, and I understand there's been atrocities in all different eras, and just amazes me some of the ones that I'm seeing currently, and it's hard for me, especially when I work so much for so little, and then, you know, I don't have time to make my pretty stuff. That makes me mad. I want to make my pretty stuff. But seriously, this is my reprieve. This is my escape from the world. This is my sanity, what little I have left of it. And, you know, I'm still not 100% in the best, happy, peaceful, rested place that I've ever been in my life today. But it sure is better than when I started this morning. Even though the phone's just been a-ringing and stuff to do and take care of, that's okay because I get to come play with some paper. And if I don't play with some paper, I play with some yarn. Sometimes yarn is easier for me because I don't have to think. It's a little more mindless if you're not doing a complicated pattern, so I can just sit and it's therapy as well. This takes a little bit more of me to design something, to create something, and some days I just don't have as much of that in me, so I need my yarn to kind of soothe me, and I just sit there and I go through that repetitive motion, and it helps level me off, and then my creativity can start to come back to the surface, and I can come play with some paper. And y'all, please just be patient with me. Again, I am so sorry I've been neglectful to all of you nice people that take the time to come and listen to my ramblings and share in my little art journey. And so I love you, and I appreciate you, and that's one of the biggest things, you know, that I am thankful for, that and the health and well-being of my wonderful little family. And, okay, I'll shut up now. Let's make something. So, sorry. One of the things I decided to do here, I wanted this little guy. And in all honesty, I was going to put him on this page, and I forgot about it when I went to cutting, and I cut it too short. So, new plan. No mistakes, new opportunities to create something different, right? So what I decided to do instead, I think I'm going to cut a little booklet and maybe just do like a belly band and then tuck the booklet over like so. Is what I'm thinking I want to do with this, because I really like it with this paper. And I don't want to do a lot of other stuff. So, and I don't want to put this on my black chipboard because it's so stinking thick. So I think what I'm going to do, and I can't just fold it because look, it's black on the other side, you know. It was in the ephemera pack. It's just adorable, but it's blank on the other side. So, all of that explanation to get to, I'm going to put it on some designer paper, but I haven't decided which design. I kind of sort of like this one. And it's big enough. And it's, oh, that works, because that would be then the inside. So can we put that black on that brown and put it on that poke, or on that stripe? You know what? We can do whatever the hell we want to. I'm sorry, you guys. I'm like about that far from loony. Yep. But anyway. All right, that's what we're going to do. Let's measure this sucker. It is, that's not exact. What is that? 5/8? Yeah, 3 5/8. And 8. So let's just do 4. Let's do 4 by 8. That's an easy one. Let's cut this 4 by 8. And I got to remember to keep moving this out of my way because I'm going to ruin it setting stuff on top of it. Alright, we said 4 by 8, right? See how quickly I forget? 4 by 8. for, I still want that score pal that Miss Tamara's got. One of these days I'm going to remember to get that when I got a couple dollars. Because I just don't like this scoreboard. You know, I got it when I first started, didn't know anything about scrapbooking at all, and there's really nothing that wrong with it. It's just, well, it's just not what I want now that I know what other options are available to me. So, little buyer's remorse there. I should have, but I needed it, you know. I started to say I should have waited till I was more into the craft, but how would I have been into it if I didn't have a score pal or a scoreboard? So I got to make sure this is straight. It's not lining up exactly for me. So let me line it up where I want it and then just kind of recrease that a little bit. There we go. Kind of fudge that just a touch. Alright, and what about these edges? What should we do with these? Uh-oh, this is not good. Look at that. That's come off of my cover. Oh no, look what I did. Oh, I'm just a dork trying to hurry around. Well, I'm tearing things up, y'all. Maybe I should finish this Saturday. I'm a mess. Trying to get some construction work done on my house, and they're calling me, and I'm done messing with them, so I'm canceling that, and oh, goodness. Scheduling MRIs for the kiddo, and he's got a cold, bless his heart. Alright. Okay, there we go. That's back where it's supposed to be for the time, till I mess it up again. Alright, what edges do we want on this? Do we just want to, let's half round them. I meant half inch, I don't mean just round them halfway. Let's just do this. I think that's what I like. I didn't want to deco those because they're the outside edge, and I don't, that'll catch on every darn thing, so. Alright, that's going to go there. Man, and it barely fits. I should have cut it just a hair longer, but I didn't, so. So, buttons on your underwear. I worked with a girl that said that, and I just thought it was the dumbest thing. And now I kind of like it. So, when somebody says so, which I think I probably do 87 times in a video, just think to yourself, buttons on your underwear. So, buttons on your, it's silly, it's goofy, it's funny, and it just, like, gives me a little chuckle inside. Just dumb as it can be, and that's why I like it. Alright. This way. Like it matters. Okay. Can we fit it? Barely, barely, barely we can fit it. Love that grammar too, huh? Can we fit it? Okay. Alright, so here is just our little bitty, quick and easy booklet to hang over a belly band. We're going to have to ink the edges because you know I got to ink those edges. There we go. Oh, did I make sure it lined up? Why, no, I did not. That would be like what the Thorough Crafter did, not what Miss Sunny does. Goodness, goodness. All right, there we go. It's beautiful. It's wonderful. I love it. Actually, it is pretty stinking cute. And you know the deal. Cute is cute, but stinking cute, there you go. Stinking cute is the ultimate cute. And it is stinking cute. Now I have to decide what I'm making that belly band out of. And I have to be careful because I don't want my folio to get too much thicker before photos are put in it. Because our closure's just a magnet. So, we don't want to get too much bulk or it's probably not going to close very well. Isn't that cute? Stinking cute. Right there it is. And it was such hard work. Whew! Okay. So, do we want it to show like that? Do we want it to show like that? Do we want it to show way down here? No, I definitely don't want it down there. Oops, I rambled too long. It cut me off. I think I want it about right there. Inspired, tell your story. So if we want it about there, that means we want our belly band about there. Actually, I wanted my belly band up higher. So oh, now the dog needs to go out. Y'all, I tell you, I think I might just, it's a good thing I don't have some stuff to make margaritas. It's about time to make margaritas and hit the couch, because now the dog's crying and wanting out, and she's going to make me smack her. Okay, you know I'm not going to smack my baby. Okay, there's a little baby here, and she needs to go out. Alright, I'm going to cut for a minute. Alright, so here's how I'm going to decide where to place my vellum sheets. I'm going to start with where I want the tag to sit on my page. And I want the tag to sit as far from the top as the border on the sides when it's centered. Alright, so step 1, that's where I want my tag. Step 2 is to now center the vellum top to bottom on my tag. So I want it about right there. So in order to make that happen, and I don't want it to stick over the edge, so I want to start with this side. Alright, so get it where I want it. Pull it up. I've already got that 1/8 of an inch tape on the back there. I'm just going to take that backing off of it. Then I'm going to lay it down right where I want it to land. Okay. And I believe it's a little crooked. And I believe it's going to stay just a little crooked, because I'm not going to tear things to get it back up, and it's not bad enough that I feel I need to grab my undo or anything. So, there we go. There is, and see, we're going to have room for a picture here, good size picture right here. Any kind of little, you know, verbiage down there. And then that is, boom, right where I want it. Okay. I'm thinking I'm getting somewhere close to clever here. Alright, and on this side, same. So, center this side to side, and then try and make the top match. Then put this, whoop, and then wiggle it, messing it up. Alright. Then center this top to bottom on my tag. Make sure it's not sticking over the side. Sneak the back off. Push it down. And same other side. How easy is that? I love that vellum. I think it's just so delicate and it's perfect. I like it. I like it a lot. Even if I didn't get to have 2 pockets out of it, I'm still very happy with it. I like this and a place for pictures. Alright, like I said, I'm going to come in here with the little corner so I can put some pretty cut-aparts. Just need to put a belly band here. And quit spitting on my paper, so sorry, how disgusting am I. Alright, and then, like I said, I think I'll do the reverse mats there. And just, ooh, I think I'll do photo corners, and a banner in the middle. I had said mats, but you know I like that paper, so I think I'm going to punch me some photo corners instead. And I love that photo corner punch. I think it's Martha Stewart, because it punches them out and it scores it, and all you have to do is fold them back and boom, boom, boom. Alright, and I think I should find like a 4x6 cut apart. Alright, and then cut it down. I'm going to cut it down, yeah, about right there. This is just for sizing, and it doesn't have to be a cut apart. I'll just take any scrap of paper, and then what I'll do, like, let's just pretend this is it. It's the wrong size, but we're pretending. Alright, so I'd put my photo corners on all 4 corners of the size I think the photo's going to be. and then I stick them down. So, because I have a hard time just like placing them and getting them right. So I've found if I cut something first and put them on the corners, then I can get them spaced and placed correctly. You know, by just putting the picture where I want it to be. The pretend picture in this case. So, alright, let's get this the right size. I'm going to put it about right there, and I'm going to want it. Oh, I love my Tim Holtz rulers, but the numbers just wear off, and then I can't use it for much of anything. Alright, so here, and so I'm going to want it, okay, so 5.5. So let's just cut this 5.5 so you can see what I'm rambling about here. Tearing things up. Alright, 5.5. So now, oh, I don't even know where my punch is. I should find it and come back. Well, maybe this is it. What's this? This is it. Look at that. Alright, and then I get any old scrappy-doo piece of paper. The only thing is it's hard to see when it's where it needs to be. It's the only thing that could use just a little improvement design-wise on this thing. And punch it like so. Second verse, same as the first. Anyway, so I'll do this like, you know, 8 times with my scraps. And like I said, it's already scored right there. All you do is like that. And then like that. And sometimes I got those little fuzzies right there. And so I just grab my handy dandy Tim Holtz scissors and take off the fuzzies. Corner fuzzies. Alright, and then, alright, so then you just put them like this, and then you center your picture where you want it on the page, and then you just glue your little guys right there, and that way you know that you've got them in the right place for when you do get your photo. And then, you know what I'm trying to say? There, it was catching on something or other, but that's how I'm going to do it. So I'll punch out the other two. I'll place those, all right? And again, where I'm putting those, I just make a mess, don't I? I just have stuff everywhere. I just feel like I just don't have enough room. All right, so where was I putting that? It's a good thing I came to show you, isn't it? Jeez, it's way in here. Oh, before making sure, I make sure you know, I should make sure I know. Anyway. Alright, so it's going to go about right there. Alright, so, and you can just put your one down and then put your thing in it and then do the others. And like I said, top and bottom, I feel like we've got plenty of room. One here, a cut apart, a saying, a sticker, a little something something in between. I'll find that in a little bit, but I'm just deciding, so I'm going to have 2 full-size photos there. I still don't know about this. I don't know if I should leave room for a great big one. I don't know if I'm not real sure. Oh, I know what let's do. Let's do one of these deals with something here and then do it here with something here. Let's do something like that. I think that's what we should do with this back page. Alright. We're almost there, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, crafters of all ages. I do flatter myself like there's that many people watching, right? Okay. It's alright. Sometimes an intimate gathering is the best gathering. We don't need a great big huge crowd. We are good the way we are. Still debating where I want this because I don't want my belly band hanging way down here. I want my belly band up top, but then I think that might look kind of funny with just that little bit. Maybe if it just says story instead of tell your. Maybe we can get away with that. That gets it up a little higher on the page. So, I don't know. I'll find some scrappy-doo here or there. There's the one. And we will put a belly band up top here. And then we will mat it with a little something something. Let's just cut that and do it now while we... Why spend all that time planning and then you have to come back and do it when you could just do it? Alright, and then I can cover it here in a minute. I think I want it... Here, let's just do this. Put it on here. Okay. And then close this. Get this where we want it. Alright. And then that is where we're going to glue the belly band. Only we're going to try and have it semi-straight. So, and again, do we want glue or let's just tape it. Grab some 1/8 of an inch tape. Now I'm going to have to go through this all again because you know what? I'm just going to pick it up and do this. Well, I can see it's just right below that row of dots. Alright, so put that one there. This one here. Okay. And right below that row of dots. Like that. Check one more time. No, I want it up higher. Okay, man, all of this, and all I'm doing is gluing down a strip, y'all. Alright, so it's more like halfway down the dot. Okay. It's already 3 o'clock. How did that happen? Jeez. Alright. Well, I didn't get up till after 9 because the dumb dog, I love her to death. I really do. I shouldn't talk ugly about her. Only friend I got. I'm talking shit about her. I mean stuff. Oops. Alright. So, we will mat that. But anyway, the dog had me up at 4. So, by the time I fell back asleep and got a few more hours, then it was 9. But thank goodness I didn't have to go to work, so it wasn't an issue. And I'm hoping I don't have to work tomorrow, but I won't know until about 5 o'clock today, so I probably have to. It does stick up a little. I mean, it closes all right. It catches and everything, but it kind of sticks up, and that's kind of bothering me. Oh, well. If that's the worst thing that happens to us in this experience, we've got it made. All right. I think that's pretty much it. We have, what do we have left to do? I've got some photo corners to do. I've got a little edge to make and some mats to put in. We've got some mats to make. We have lots of mats in this album. These two and these two are for, we're going to have at least, I'm going to say 3 back here. That brings us up to 7. And then a big one that goes in here. I want a nice big mat for like a family picture, or I don't know, but we've got, well, we could put a couple in there, but we've got room for a big one, so let's just do a big one. What do you say? We'll do it, and then maybe, you know, stick a couple of little journaling cards over here. What did I say for over here? I know we got the 2 over here. This I might leave for a big one. We'll see here in a minute. Alright, I'm going to go charge the battery some more. I didn't get a full charge, but I wanted to check in and do a couple of things, so I went ahead and started without a full charge. Oh, I wondered why that was looking wrong, because it goes this way. Alright. That's what it was. Yeah! That's a cute little folio. It really is. Okay, I'll see y'all in a few. Ciao. Alright, so there's the page with the corners adhered, and then I just put one of the little sticker banner, one of the little, yeah, that little thing from the sticker sheet I just put in the middle there, so you could put a date or, you know, a name or whatever you want to put. It's simple, but it looks really cute with a couple of pictures in there, you know, like that. And I mean, if you have too many pretty highly decorated areas, where are you going to put a picture? right? At the same time, you don't want it too blank either. So you got to try and find that happy balance somewhere in the middle. And all right, I think I'm going to go fry some chicken. I think it's time to cook a little. It's not that late, but it feels later because, you know, the sun going down so early this time of year. I think it's only 3:30 or so, but I swear it feels like 5 o'clock. So I want to start getting dinner before I'm too tired to get dinner. All right, so story shows there. Yeah, we're about as full as we're going to need to be without causing a problem. So I think we're going to not do much more embellishment. Definitely no chipboard inside. We're just going to finish up our tags and leave things pretty simple. Going forward, since we have those chipboards in, if I do another one of these, I think I will make my my gussets a little wider. I think it could have used, you know, a little extra width there, so you might want to take note of that. If you want to embellish inside of your folio quite a bit, you may want to make it just a little bit thicker than I have. And definitely part of my issue was this really thick cardstock that I used. I didn't have the Artisan in black, and I do prefer the black, so I went ahead and used one that was probably a little too heavy for the project. So again, note to self, pick up some of that Artisan. This was just some stuff, I don't know if I got it at Joann's or Michael's, but it was like over 100 pounds, the weight of it. I think it's like 130. It's very heavy. Very heavy cardstock, too heavy. It might be good for the construction, but not all the matting and the interior things that we've got going on. So y'all can learn from my experiments, my trials here. And let's see, I need just a little something. That one's too short. Dang it! It was just almost perfect. I still have to put something there. I don't know. That may not be too bad. I might just... Let me see what the other... Yeah, I don't want that. That wouldn't work. I like to just, you know, use those scraps. If you can find some laying around that are real skinny like that. But see, that one's too short. I'll play around in my scraps and see what I can find. And we will get that match. Is that one longer? No. There was a couple of those laying around. See, I'm not just crazy. There was more than one. I know, y'all think I picked up the same one and tried again, didn't you? Yeah, you did. Go ahead and say it. I know you did. Yep. All right, I'll find something, or I'll just trim a, you know, sliver off of something to go there. Might be cute if we did the polka dots. No, that'd be too much of that, wouldn't it? Want some contrast. All right, so a corner here, a couple of mats there, and we are so done with our, tags. Man, I hope... Let's see. I don't want to get anything too thick in there. I might just go with something we've all, you know, like a designer paper instead of a cardstock to put it. As a matter of fact, I'm sure I am. Because I don't want it to get any thicker than it needs to be in here, because we need room for photos. Definitely need room for photos. And I still have to put a couple of little cutesy things here and here and here. We're not done, but we're very close to done. Very close to done indeed. I guess I'm comfortable stopping for the day and cooking. I feel guilty stopping before it's done, but please forgive me. And if you don't, well, I guess you can give me a thumbs down. You can do that. I've had a couple already. I'm tough now. All right. Soon. See you soon. All right. Good morning again. I know it's for you like I never left, but anyway, I just wanted to show a couple of little touches as I'm going to finish this up so I don't forget what I've, you know, added. So I took a couple of the chipboard pieces, the little presents, and I inked the edges, and I put them at the top here on both sides of our angle page. And I'll probably go back and put some sparklies on the bow and maybe a tiny little bling in the center. Then over here, I added a chipboard piece at the bottom, the banner. And I thought that tied well since we had used the banner shape here, only instead of vertical, now we're horizontal. And then I just put one of the little stickers here. So that's pretty much finished up this area for us. I was debating whether I wanted to put papers here or just a border at the bottom for journaling. You know, I think I kind of like it like that. And then you can just journal right on the black with your picture. It looks plain now, but once there's a photo on there, I think it's just very busy. So I think a couple of plain spots would be a blessing. And I also wanted chipboard here to level this off since we have chipboard up here. That way when we close, we've got like the same, more of the same height, top to bottom. And of course I did the same on this side. So I've got a chipboard here and a sticker here. All right, so pretty much same. And you can scoot the little, there. Okay, that's all I've done there. Oh, and look, I found absolutely the perfect little bitty scrap of paper to cover that. It's always here. You just got to dig until you find it. All right, so I'm going to go on with just our finishing touches, and I'll check in as I go. That way, you know, like sometimes if I wait till the end to show them all to you, I feel like I watch the video after it's gone, and there's always one that I didn't explain. So anyway, that's all I'm doing. Moving on. All right, so for the back page, I grabbed a couple of my stickers off the sticker sheet here, this 12 by 12 sticker sheet, and I want one down here, and I want one up here, and then you can put a photo next to, right? But I also want them to be a tuck spot. So, because there's so many cute little cut aparts, and then the little square ones. I really love all of these, and I haven't used many, so I'd like to get a couple more in here. So let's just use my 1/8 inch tape here because it's quick and easy, and you know how messy I am with glue. Oh my goodness, why can't I use glue? Even with the tiny little, you know, perfect tip, I still managed to get it on my finger and then touch something. So, you know, and I'm trying to hurry because I want to finish this because I know I've been missing in action, and I want this video out there. And I've just had my inspiration for the holidays, so I have a holiday project in mind. And I know everybody probably thinks I'm late, but you know, I think I'm a little early because I guess I'm just really old school. I like to start thinking about the holidays a couple of weeks before they're here, not 6 months. So, you know, yeah, I'm late. I do start making Christmas presents real early because, you know, I knit and crochet and make. But when it comes to like Christmas decorations, Christmas or Yule themed, number one, I don't celebrate Christmas. I know y'all probably heard me say that, so it's real hard to get into somebody else's holiday, but I do try. But Yule's very similar, you know. Anyway, it's still the season, right? It's winter, and we're supposed to be appreciating and loving our families regardless of what holiday you celebrate. It's the same general feel. But anyway, I don't get there until a couple of weeks before because I'm just very seasonal, and I try to stay in tune with nature and what, you know, the natural cycles are. So I try not to rush myself ahead. And it ends up ruining all the other holidays for me. I mean, it just totally does. I can't stress that enough. That, you know, anyway, shut up, Sonny, and tell them what you're doing. So here's what we have. We have tuck spots. I was just looking for something to put in there. I wanted like the 4x6s would fit in there, and I thought I had one cut apart already, but you know, of course I can't find it when I want it. I thought I had this one laying around somewhere. I was going to stick in there because I don't want to cut this up if I already have one. That just makes sense, doesn't it? Even for me? Alright, but anyway, I know I cut that one up. I haven't used that one, and yeah, I may just not. I like that one. I'll just have to locate them. I got scraps and bits of paper all strewn about. So I will find those and we will tuck them in later, and I will move on because I'm just burning daylight here. Alright, so there's my back page, and I think that's done. This is done. This, I've got these two yet, and they're going to be very simple. And maybe I need a little something down here. No words though, because we've got plenty of words. I'm thinking that cute little strip And look at me rambling and wasting your time while I dig around. I'm so sorry. I'll cut this camera off in a minute, but oh, I'm on a roll, on a roll, on a roll. Okay, so I think down here we're either going to go with, and I'm going to mount it on black like I did these. Okay, mount it on black cardstock and put down just the bottom so it'll be a tuck spot too. I want lots of tags and stuff in here. So, oh, we go biggest to smallest. Okay, to smallest. So, if we put this, perfection. Alright, so, all I have to do is, where did that come from? Alright, so ink it, stick it, cut it. That's the process here. Ink it. You know how I don't like those raw edges. Alright, ink it. That just gives it so much more depth. Love it. Alright. Get it about right there and right. Just try and get it equidistant on both sides. And then do your best to lay it down straight. Like so. And then cut and bore the camera audience. Oh, because this is a long one and you know I'll never hurry and get it straight. Oh, goodness. There it is. How stinking easy is that? And talk about perfection. I mean, there's a reason they named all these the same thing, right? Because they all go together. Oh, goodness. I think a little over about 2/3 of the way up on the sides there. I meant, you know, like, isn't it amazing that all the stickers and the cut-aparts and the chipboard, it all just goes together so well? Gee, you don't think it has anything to do with the fact that they're all named the same? It's the same line. Hello. Why does it surprise me that they go together? Because I'm just in touch with my inner child. You know, life is so much more fun when you stop being a grown-up and being sophisticated and acting the way you're supposed to and just be. You know, just laugh at the simple little things, make fun of yourself, be a goofball head, and like my granddaughters reminded me on Thanksgiving, just dance in the kitchen to the radio. Yeah, I forget to dance anymore. I used to have music and I used to just dance all over the place. My kids thought I was a loon, and now there's not enough dancing in this old house. So, yeah. Don't let that kid part of you go, because it's like the best damn part of you. Alright, but still pay the bills. You don't want to be a kid dancing in the streets, right? You want to be nice and warm with a roof over your head and a kitchen to dance in. So, oh goodness. Alright, I'm crazy, and this is why I'm not supposed to leave the camera running, because then I just ramble, because I feel like I got to say something if you're watching, and most of the time it doesn't make sense, because I'm trying to focus on this. I love that. I love that. I like this stupid pink album. Yeah, for somebody that doesn't like pink and flowers, I sure am, like, enjoying this stupid thing. Alright, dog's crying, she's got to go out. But anyway, so there's that, and we're almost done. And you know, I want to start my Christmas, Yule, holiday themed project, but I've got to finish up a swap. I am late on a swap that I was supposed to have done for Thanksgiving, which was a week and 2 days ago now. And I'm sorry, Dawn, if you watch my videos. I don't even know if you do, but if you do, I'm so very sorry. So very sorry. I'm behind on several things, but I'm going to be playing catch up. I like it. I like it. Okay, let the dog out. Put a strip across here, and we're about to put this one to bed. Oh, we got to make our mats. 1, 2, 3, 4. 4, and then one on the front cover. We have 5 tag mat thingies left to go. Oh, we might, no, that one's not big enough. I mean, we can put it in there with another one, but it's not big enough. I made this because I was thinking about it for the back page. But then I decided I liked the long ones better. So maybe that'll just tuck up there. We'll tuck it. When all else fails, honey, just tuck it. All right, be right back. All right, so I'm making the mat for inside. Behind that little pocket. I'll show you in here in just a second. But anyway, I've cut this 5 by 8. 5 by 8. And I just want to lay it down here. My friend Lori has the Stampin' Up! Punch that I want so bad that has been discontinued. That tab, that whale tail tab, the pull tab thingy. Alright, she was so sweet and cut me like a gazillion of these. Bless her, bless her, bless her. We need to make something nice for her. That's what I think. But anyway, what I'm going to do is I'm just going to go ahead, alright, and put this in the center of my 5 by 8 mat, and I'm going to put it on the 8-inch side. So I've laid my mat down on my grid so I can see where the center is. And that is where I want to put my pull tab. Alright, so I'm just going to center it. Oh, and on the pull tab, and what am I doing? That does not go there, dummy. Ugh, a pull tab that doesn't pull, that's flush. How smart is that? Alright, right there's where I want it. I was just looking at my lines. Wasn't thinking, okay, so I want that right there. Alright, and on the pull tab, I just put, definitely going to have to put something over that to make that right. Okay, there we go. Alright, so anyway, I cut 2 of the stickers. Like on the sticker sheet, I grabbed one of the banner stickers and just cut a little rectangle off the end of it. And then I grabbed the little word that said love for my pull tab. I didn't do the back. I left the back blank. And I messed it up putting it on. And what I was going to do was take this strip right here. And I was going to put it on the front, right along the edge, because I thought it would be cute. And it's not long enough to do front and back, so now I got to figure out, I don't know if we're going to cover that with paper. We may just cover it with paper because I screwed that up. But anyway, on the front, I just wanted this, or maybe I should put it on the back now since I screwed that up. Yeah, let's put it on the back. Well, then it's upside down. We'd have to put it this way. What do you think? Yeah, let's put it on the back. We'll put it on the back since we screwed up the back. Excuse me, no such thing as a mistake. Just new opportunities to embellish. So see, I just thought I wanted this on the front. I was terribly mistaken. It obviously needs to go on the back. And that was like the universe telling me, no, dummy, put it on the back. So they made me screw up the back. That's my story. I'm sticking to it. I don't make mistakes. No. I just come up with new designs. That's all. Oh, and this works really well because it just so happens that the words go this way. So do we want dream on there or do we want love on there? We got love on the front, so let's have love on the back and then they match. Alright, I'm going to go ahead and let it hang over the edge because I'm going to come back with my corner rounder and just round that off. So I'm going to take it to the bottom. Well, and it's okay, it's staying. Alright, a little crooked, but it's going to stay because I don't want to tear things up any worse. And then I'm just going to grab my scissor, and I'm probably working off camera, just realized that. I do apologize. Alright, so let's cut that off. Stick this down because we might find another place for it. And then get our corner chomper and just go back in and re-round that to get rid of. There we go. Look at that. That is cute. Plus, it gives us just a little reinforcement there. You know what I mean? Just a little bit firmer edge, and it makes it adorable. And now, since we did that, I think we may need to mat the front. I'm just afraid to get too much thicker. I want to keep this, you know, keep it down. But here's where this goes. Hold on. All right, so I've tentatively cut the front. Oh, and by the way, I did round this with 1/2 inch because it's a bigger piece. I think that looks good. I think for this one, though, I'm going to round with 1/4 inch because that's what we've got going on here. And I think it's okay to have different sizes within the same album or folio, as long as, you know, they kind of match what's going on with where they are sitting, if that makes sense. So, making a mess. That's just part of the process. This is 3x4. Sorry, I don't think I mentioned that. I cut a 3x4 to go there. All right, and I want to put a circle and a ribbon. And I think I want to use my pretty pink polka dot ribbon, the grosgrain. It's kind of thick, but I think that's okay. I think we'll be all right. I also have the seam binding that I need to incorporate somewhere. We have so much wonderful goodness left over from this collection that we have to make something else. And I know I was going to do some dividers and some decorating for that mini planner, and I think I'll use it for that, but we may even have more for after that. We'll see. All right, so this mat goes here. Oh no, is it too long? Oh, it's too long. I've got to shave it just a bit. But I want this to stay in the center. So I'm going to take a little bit off the top and a little bit off the bottom. I'll be right back. Just a smidge. All right, just a smidge and a smidge. Let's see if it's enough, and then we'll re-round those corners. No harm done. Oops, and I put that back together wrong. All right, let's see if that's going to work now. Maybe a smidge more. I can keep taking off more, but I can't put it back. All right, that should have it. Let's see. Yeah, I think that, oops, it's upside down. Still kind of tight. I don't know if I want to go a little bit smaller. Yeah, I think I should. It's too tight. All right, so I think this is going to end up being like 7.5 by the time I'm done, because I've taken off quite a bit now. Yeah, it's going to be 7.5 by the time we get there. Let's try again. All right, so I went ahead and I took it down to about 4 3/8 by 7.5. Okay. And now I'm just re-rounding those corners. Okay. Whoop. Okay. Oh my goodness, I need to empty that guy out. All right. Making messes, but I'm really good at that. So, okay. So now, here's our mat. And it's, you know, it's a ways in there to get to it. Oh my goodness. Alright, so it's just going to go right in. Let's see, what's the best way to do that? There. Alright, it's snug, but I think it'll be just fine. I'm loosening it up a little bit there, playing with it. Alright. There's that. And our little tag sticking out just perfect to let somebody know to pull on that. Alright, so buttons on your underwear. Alright. We need a little something in here. Alright, so did you see what I did? I put this right here. Alright, just took some scraps, cut them down. And that was already there. You saw me do that. I put this one up here. And then put, you know, just, I found that one I was looking for. I knew I had that somewhere. And then just stuck a couple little things in there. And now I think we need to decorate in here just a little bit. And I'm deciding, maybe we just take this big one and mat it. And put it down here is what I'm thinking. Let me go play. I'll be back. Alright, I changed my mind. I was going to use that square sticker down here and I was going to mat it, but you know what? No more bulk, no more bulk, no more bulk in this one. So, I'm just going to take this cute little sticker that says cake is my happy place, because I kind of like that sentiment. And I'm going to put it just right up here. And I'm going to leave the inside blank. Alright. So just get rid of those white edges. And just semi-center this here. Pseudo-center it. Try and get it kind of sort of almost straight. Stick it down. It's not going to be a tuck spot because I don't want more stuff in here other than the pictures. So there's that. Cute! I think she's done here. Catching things on the outside. Just put my little cut-aparts in here and in here. Got room for pictures there. Alright. Maybe a sticker here would be cute. Let's find one. Let's see. What do we want? Do we want just smile? A nice simple smile, I think, is going to go right down there in the corner. Again, I'm not matting these. I'm not putting tuck spots because I think we have reached our limit for that. So just a simple little sentiment right down in the corner. Does it for me. We can still put our little sticky outs here because that's not going to make anything any thicker. That'll be sticking out the top, so that's fine. Alright. All we have to do is embellish this. Yep, see, we are at max capacity right here. I mean, I think we'll still be able to get photos in, but you know, if it doesn't lay totally flat, it's not going to kill anybody. Like I said, if I do another one, I think I'm going to make these a little bit wider. Instead of 1/2 inch, at least 3/4. I'd go with at least 3/4. Give you some more room to play in there, especially if you're adding chipboard like I have. Not use quite this exact cardstock because, like I said, it is pretty thick all on its own. So I'm really pretty happy with this. Okay, let me just decorate this tag. And I do want to put ribbons on here, little pulls. Definitely need a ribbon there. We need things sticking out the top there, whether it's cut-aparts or maybe these little, these 4 by, uh-oh, I got one stuck to the paper. There we go. Like these sticking out. No, that one's too big. I think maybe we might need more of a rectangular shape. So we might use some of the other cut-aparts. Although that's kind of cute. We could leave that sticking out. We just need some sticky out parts. Alright, I'll finish it up and we'll be done, and I will get this out there for those of you that have been waiting for it. And thank you again for your patience. Mwah! Love y'all. Alright. I don't know if I lost y'all or if I just forgot to turn it on from the beginning. But anyway, I was just playing around with these different cut-aparts that I have, placing them inside the album here. I think I want that there. I like the brown over here. It goes with the brown. I like... I think maybe this should go there. Yes, I like that much better than that. I've got these in here. Alright, and of course you can put your pictures behind and you can put pictures on here too. Lots of places to pick picture. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Oh, plenty there. pull out here. Alright, I was going to mat the front, but I decided it was too thick, so I left it. Cake is my happy place. Ooh, maybe we should put another one down here. Let's see. Let's put another one. Let's put this one down there. Oh, good, and they're both scalloped edge. We like that. I started to say ruffly. Do you believe I was going to call that a ruffly edge, y'all? Gosh, I'm such a dork. Inner child is at play. Alright, let's do that. I like that because it offsets the other one. And it's both about cake. They're both about cake, so. Alright, scoot it down a little. Right there. Alright. So, that goes there. That closes up. That is, oh, we need one here. We definitely need a little something in there. Where's one I can put? I think these are too small. Maybe not. I have two of those, don't I? Let's put this one. Let's take that out of the way. We can put that one. We can put those two. Ooh, if we do it that way, I guess more balanced. Yeah, that way. I like that. Can y'all see that? Am I working off camera? I wish you could holler at me while I was working. Get me straightened out. That goes there. Get rid of those two. Yes. Maybe we need to put another little square up in that other corner to balance that one off. Let's see, what have we got left? Today was a good day. And you know what? It really is shaping into one, so I think that's appropriate. But right now, I am starving to death. I haven't eaten yet today. And I wanted to finish this up before I went in the kitchen. And I may just make me some pancakes. I haven't had pancakes in a gazillion years, and it just sounded good today. But now, I'm about too hungry for pancakes. I get too hungry, and I got to have some protein, so I might have to have an egg or something. Alright, and then these three went back there. Just remember to take them out before you open, because you will mess them up. Alright, so there's our folio. All we need, I need to do 3 holes. Hold on, let me get my stuff. I'll be back and do this. Alright, I'm going to punch 3/16 inch holes. Alright, just like this. Oh, and there's something stuck in there. From last time. Don't you hate it when you don't even clean out your tools? Alright. Let's try and center this. Alright, so we do that. We're going to stick this guy through there. Just like so. I decided to go with the black. I couldn't decide between silver and gold, so of course I went with black. So let's just get that in there and smush it. Ugh, smush it good. Perfect. And then we will cut, how long do we want our ribbon? And then room to tie it. Okay. So, there we go. Let's see if we can get this thick ribbon through there. Come on, baby, you can do it. There it goes, there it goes. Look at that. Yay. And then I'll just do this. Pull these guys. Oops, it helps if you get both of them in the tweezer. Alright. Maybe I shouldn't try and do this on camera because I'm trying to hurry, and you know I'm going to mess it up because y'all are watching. I always mess things up when I know people are watching. And there's not even anybody here to watch. It's a stinking camera, and I still try and hurry. Like, what difference does it make? I can just take my time and stick it through there because y'all love to hear me ramble on and on and on. Oh my goodness. Alright, there's my ends. So let's kind of get it situated. You gotta kind of be careful when it's thick like this. And I probably should have cut that just a little bit longer. Alright, so I want that. Yeah, it needs to be longer. Well, I wasted a piece of ribbon there. I'll have to use that for something else. But it needs to be considerably longer because it's nice and thick ribbon. So if that's way too short, let's try about that. We can always trim some off at the end if we need to. Alright. I'm going to do this off camera so I don't make a big old fat mess. But anyway, so that's that, and I'm going to do the exact same thing on these two. And I definitely want those long because I want them to stick up out of the top. I may not be able to get them long enough to do that, but we're going to give it a shot. Alright, and I'll be back with this completed, hopefully. Alright, so here we are. Alright, we are done. And the knots on these tags were thick, and that put us just over the edge, like, you know, for this closing flat. So, my solution to that was to very carefully crease or fold our closure. I just V'd it just enough, and I'm probably going to need to reattach these just to make sure they're still secure. Just so it grabs for me. You might have seen that lift that right up there. And so here's our tag in the front. Okay. Alright, I think that's very cute. And then our two tags on the inside, and you probably saw them sticking out. See, look. I wanted that. I wanted that little, and this sticking up. I think it makes it look like those stuffed envelopes, and you know, we've got that V in here now. Can you see that? Goodness, goodness, goodness. So, oh, and I added just a hint of bling right there in the center of our little bows. So everything else is the same. I did a quick flip through on my phone. I had to take all of the video off my memory card because it was full. I couldn't even do this very last little bit for you. And don't forget, take these out before we open. Okay. So, yeah, there we have it. I think it turned out real adorable. And I also think I forgot to ink that one. Oh, there's the one I inked. There we go. That's better. All right. So there and there. And then those go on the outside. All right, we have our tag in there as well. I think we did good. I was trying to film this with one hand, and so I didn't get that back in there very good. All right, that's better. All right. Okay. Yes, I'm happy. I am happy with my very first pink foo-foo-y ever folio or album, but you know what? I kind of sort of like it. I do. If you guys make me a pink girl, I will never forgive you. Alright, well that's it for the folio. Like I said, I did a quick, just a flip through on my phone that I've got. That'll be going on to Facebook here in just a minute. And then I'll take this last little bit. I just wanted to wrap up our part 3. I didn't want to just cut it off and leave you hanging there. So this is the end of part 3. Thank you again so much for hanging in there with me. It's been a journey, hadn't it? I struggled there for a while trying to figure out, you know, how to make it work, and then all of a sudden it started flowing and we were able to get her finished up. and I am pretty tickled with the end result. And I think I'm going to go back with some stickles and just do some accents, like, you know, we need just a little bit of sparkle. Oh! All right. We need not quite that much. Just a teeny little touch right there. Where's something I can use to put that in place? Got my mouth going and I'm messing it up. Anyway, I thought those just needed a little bit of bling on the ends there where the cellophane would be all, you know, gathered up at the end of our candy. And maybe just a couple of hints on the glass pieces, you know, the pieces that I want to look like glass, the jars, the candy jars. Just a little extra bling. And I think it'll be good. That's just all we really need is a little sparkle. Life just needs some added sparkle here and there, like right here on our wine glass. Kind of do a little bit of that there. Like we've got a reflection of light, and like across here as well. Look how they've got the, you know, they've got it drawn on for us, so it's almost dummy proof. But let's just add a little more in there, you know, just to, that's way too much. Do not try and talk and work, Sonny. When will you ever learn? Good gravy. Look at me messing it up, messing it. Oh, well, so much for these tweezers. I'm going to have to clean those for days, aren't I? All right, we're just going to put some bling where that little white highlights are. And you know what? Actually, I think maybe the tweezers are good because we can get lines in it that way. Well, here's a new technique, y'all. You can put lines in your stickles with the tweezers to match the lines, kind of, sort of, on the paper. We'll see how that looks before I do a whole lot more of it, because if it looks stupid, I do not want to continue it. Anyway, there you go. There's our super sweet folio. Yeah, for Country Craft Creations, Miss Tamara and the girls. Thank y'all so much for sending me all this amazing product. I mean, there was just tons and tons and tons in this collection. It was amazing. We had all our papers. We had chipboard. We had sparkly chipboard stickers. We had a whole 12 by 12 sheet of stickers. We had an ephemera pack. We had the squares. We had just everything. We had it all. And I haven't used it all up yet, so I know more of it is going to go in that little mini planner that I had done first that had the little lace up. I don't have it closer. I'd grab it. We're going to do some dividers in there yet. We got a little bit more to do, but this is our folio, and thanks again so much for watching, and happy crafting. Ciao for now.